Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It? Today, I'm going to give justice to this pedal, which is the Mosky Ultimate Drive. Now, I remember last time I tried to play it together with a Mosky Golden Clone and tried to use this um, in order for us to achieve the sound that is being given to us by the Golden Horse clone using the guitar equalizer. Now let's try what really makes this pedal ultimate. Because it says here ultimate drive, right? So as to give justice to this pedal, whether let's find out whether it's decent enough or not, whether it will do the job or not. So let's try. Now this is my clean sound. By the way, I'm using my neck pickup. This is the neck pickup. This is the bridge pickup. So I'll be using most of the time my neck pickup. So this is my clean sound. Now let's try to set the ultimate drive at its lowest. The volume knob, the tone knob will be set in the middle at 12 o'clock and the drive will be at 0. Okay. By the way, I put a little play there so as to protect our eyes because this thing here, it's really bright. The blue LED is so bright. So we've set the volume and the drive at 0 and then LP. Now, if you know what LP means here in this gadget, because this gadget doesn't come with a brochure or a manual, just let me know in the comment. Maybe it's low pass filter. HP could be high pass filter or low peak, high peak. I don't know. You may put there in the comment. Okay. So we are in the LP mode, and the volume is set as 0, and the drive is 0. Tone is 12 noon. Let's try to listen. So no sound at all. Let's try to put a little bit more volume. Okay. Volume is at 12 noon. So this is how it sounds like with the volume and the tone at 12 noon and the drive at 0 or the minimum. So let's try to find out how it sounds like when the volume and the tone are at 12 noon and the drive is at the minimum while using the LP mode. So the volume is not that much, so we'll increase a little. So more or less, it has a little grit in it, and more or less, it can be used as a boost pedal. Now let's try to move the drive at the 9 o'clock position. So the volume went up a bit. Let's move it a little. Sorry, it is. Now let's try to move the drive into the 12 o'clock position. So it got a bit louder, so we'll adjust the volume. Now this time around, we're going to move the drive into the 3 o'clock position. So it got a bit louder. So this time we'll move the volume to the 12 o'clock position. So here it goes. Oh, a bit too low in the volume. Okay. So here it goes. Okay, now let's try to move the tone a bit. Let's try to put it also in the 3 o'clock position. Let's see how it goes. So that's it. I'll try to move the drive into its full or maximum. And then the tone, well, let's go back to the 12 o'clock position. Let's see. Oh, it got a little bit prettier. Now this time around, we're going to move the tone knob into also maximum position. So that right now the tone and the drive are its maximum. We're still using the neck pickup for this. Okay, now this time around, we are going to use its HP mode, and we'll put the drive into its minimum, but the tone still remains at 12 o'clock noon. and the volume is also at 12 noon. So here it goes. Oh, let's move the drive at 9 o'clock position. Tone still at noon and volume still at noon. Okay, now let's try to move the drive in the HP position or HP mode. Move it in the 3 o'clock. The volume and tone are still at the 12 o'clock position. And I'm still using the neck pickup. Now this time around, we're going to put the drive knob into its maximum as well as the tone knob. The volume stays the same at 12 noon. So let's hear it. Now, Coco compressor is set in my favorite position, which is the sustain is at 12 noon, the level is at 12 noon, and the attack is at 9 o'clock position. Let's try to use that while using also the ultimate drive. So let's put the ultimate drive first in the LT position and its drive in its minimum and the tone set at noon. So this time around we're going to use our bridge pickup. So that's with the minimum drive. Now let's put it in the mid position. HP or rather LP mode. Move the volume up. Drive at 12. Drive at 12 and tone at 12. Now let's put the drive in its maximum and the tone in its maximum also, while the compressor stays the same. Okay, now let's try to set the tone back at 12 noon and the drive at its minimum and shift or click to the HP mode in the neck pickup. Okay, now we'll try to move the drive at 9 o'clock position in the HP mode. Now we'll move the drive at 12 noon. Now drive at 3 o'clock position. Now let's let's adjust a little bit in this volume because it's getting a bit louder. Now drive at the full position and then okay. Now let's move the tone at its maximum also. Okay, there you have it. In my case, I use this all-limit drive into making up with my soloing tones because I find that this ultimate drive brings out the clarity of my notes. I don't know with your case, but in my case, I use this in my solos so that I can bring out the notes that I deliver. Now, given that we've used also the compressor in using the ultimate drive, I think that this ultimate drive is well worth its price. Now, I think justice is given to this ultimate drive, and we'd like to thank the, well, technology nowadays is so advanced that we can make some cheap guitar effects or guitar pedals. Okay. So what makes this ultimate drive ultimate? Well, for me, it's it's a mid gain to high gain overdrive, and it's quite flexible enough, as shown in our demonstration, or it's a mid gain to high gain pedal, and it's quite satisfactory, or it can make it in the live performances or even recordings. And I think it's well worth it. Okay. So till next video, stay cool and safe.